Here are things to remember when you're taking notes for your Retell Lecture questions. First, don't multitask. You listen first and then write. Avoid trying to write while you're also listening because you could miss some key points. Instead, you focus on listening first, then start taking down notes. Remember, as you are writing the keywords, never pay attention to the audio that is being played. Just focus on writing down your notes as clearly as possible. The audio is like a free-flowing water. Then you have your bucket with you to collect some water. And as you collect some water, of course, that's your keywords or that's your notes that you gathered. And then as you get another bucket to collect or to scoop some water, you let the stream of water or the free-flowing water just flow continuously without paying a lot of attention onto it because you're focused on getting another bucket to fill. That's how you do it in Retell Lecture. Second, write keywords in phrases containing at least 4 words each. Instead of writing short single words, try to write meaningful phrases that summarizes the key points, preferably 5 sentences, so that you can match them or link them with your template. For example, instead of just writing climate change, you can write climate change affects agriculture. Third, try to write the phrase in your mind before writing it down so that you won't forget any words. The noise inside the testing room could be a bit distracting, so it is better for your short-term memory to remember and try to repeat it over and over again as you write it down. So for example, you're trying to write climate change affects agriculture. As you're writing it down, you also repeat it, you play it in your mind. Climate change affects agriculture. I did that in the exam because I know that my memory is very limited. I have a shorter memory and it's very difficult for me, especially if I feel like the other test takers are being too loud. I was able to remember and write all of the phrases that I need to complete my Retell Lecture answer. Fourth, ensure that your notes are clear so that you can easily refer to them when you are retelling the lecture. I, for one, is used to write short letters, so you don't have to follow that. You really have to practice writing the letters slightly larger. And fifth, remember, writing just 5 sets of phrase is already enough for you to finish it off with a higher score. Sixth tip, remember, Retell Lecture also contributes to your listening score. So if you hear a word in its plural or singular form, try to repeat it exactly as you hear it. For example, you hear the word apples. You should say apples in a plural form, not apple, which is the singular form, so that you could maximize your score in listening. Lastly, don't worry about the grammar. When you're ready to speak, start with the template that you are using, followed by the phrases that you've noted down. Don't worry about the grammar too much because remember, it is not scored. It is not part of your marking criteria in Retell Lecture. So even if it doesn't make sense, even if it doesn't align with the template, that's alright. You don't have to feel awkward about it. Whatever is a template, for example, the first sentence was, the audio is mainly about, then you immediately add the first sentence or the first phrase that you've noted, without paying attention if it's correct, if it sounds okay, because remember, it is not important and it is not considered here. Because if you pay too much attention with your grammar, you might get a lesser score in speaking. And if you need more assistance on how to prepare for your PTE academic, don't worry, we got you. We got a lot of students taking the PTE exam with our help and got a superior score. To register for our free PTE coaching session or trial class, which is every Monday, simply go to www.englishcharlie.com. You'll surely know all about PTE, especially tackling all the important question types of PTE speaking module. See you in our next class.